Hi friends, welcome to the Burgerings. I am Brenda. You might not have seen my face around here that much. If you're looking for Mark and you're looking for gear reviews, you might just have to click to our next video. Today I want to talk about wedding photography. After the pandemic, wedding photography kind of took a big hit, so I want to kind of peel back the curtains on what's been going on in our business with that, how we're planning on moving forward, how we coped and adapted. And then over the next couple weeks, I have some videos planned for how to grow your photography business, how to market your wedding photography business. If there's anything else you're interested in, make sure to comment below and just let me know so I can make some content for you. First, I just want to talk about what's been going on around here. Obviously, wedding photography took a little bit of a back seat to other aspects of our business during COVID. A lot of our couples had to postpone or cancel their weddings, and that kind of threw a wrench in our wedding photography plans. Prior to the 2020 wedding season, we had started focusing on shooting bigger weddings and less of them, just based on time and the direction our business was going. That was the wrong move had we known what COVID was going to do to the wedding industry. I think that the businesses that had a niche in elopements or small weddings, they probably had a much better 2020 wedding season. Our 2020 wedding season kind of looked like a disaster waiting to happen. It blew up and weddings were rescheduled left and right, and suddenly all that work was gone. One of the lessons that I learned, which was kind of affirming, was we have this philosophy that if you treat your clients well, it'll treat you well. And that really worked out for us, because as much as it sucked for all of our couples to have to cancel or postpone their weddings, they treated us really well throughout the process, and most of them rescheduled their weddings with us, if not scheduling a elopement followed by a big party later with us. And so we didn't so much as lose that work as it's coming someday down the road. And I just think that it's important to remember that the way we treat people is the way that they're going to treat us, and that being a focus of our business really came through for us in 2020. Even though we lost some work, we have future work out there. And even though our clients were panicking, they really were empathetic and compassionate towards what we were going through as a business. So we really didn't shoot a lot of weddings in 2020, and some of them we shot separately. Normally Mark and I work together, and we're two photographers and we're kind of a great team. And this year, some people that had weddings had smaller ones, or it was just harder to travel and find childcare and all the things that everybody else is going through. And so we shot some separately, but mostly we had to focus on other income sources. We're really looking forward to the 2021 wedding season, hoping that it's going to look a little better. It's really hard to say right now. I think some of our couples are planning on going forward with their plans, even if it has to be smaller. Some of them might postpone. We've started marketing for more elopements again so that we can shoot smaller events, since that's the bigger trend right now. And we're going to talk through some of that in the marketing video that I'm going to do in the next week or so, as well as talking about how to grow your business and so forth. So another thing that happened to wedding business during lockdown is just less traffic to our website and less inquiries. So you can look at Google Analytics and you can look at Colorado wedding photography, which used to be a very highly searched term, and that traffic took a big dive. It's slowly making its way back, but that's something to really pay attention to, that, SEO and marketing your website is this ongoing thing that you have to be constantly aware of what trends are happening. Now, that's a pretty obvious trend. Basically had in, April, everybody started focusing their marketing on elopement photography. That would have been the right move, because wedding photography searches went down, but elopement photography searches went up. Or things like micro weddings started becoming a thing that people were searching for, which had not really been that big of a thing until then. I mean, people had micro weddings, but it wasn't this term that people searched for. And so we'll talk more about SEO in the video on marketing. Make sure you subscribe so that you're notified when that comes out. Another thing that happened with our business is we just had to find other ways to make money. We had to take portrait sessions that we don't always take. We wrote a kids book, which was something that we had been planning on doing, but we hadn't really put it into our calendar and made it a priority. Luckily, we have a lot of our past clients are now having babies. So us putting out there a kids book was actually perfect. And we were able to use our existing client base to sell something new and different. Part of our wedding brand is this idea of love adventurously. And most of the couples that we work with are adventurous couples. Outside of wedding photography, most of the work that we do is adventure-based work. So it kind of is a nice crossover for us. We make an adventure-based kids book and our wedding clients are into that. Or we do some other adventure-based work and our past wedding clients are into that. And so we were able to kind of move some of our business into another category of work. The pandemic was also a good time to really think about this argument between specialize, and diversification. A lot of times in especially the wedding photography industry, you'll hear you need to specialize. You need to have a super targeted niche and you need to make that your specialty so that the couples are like, you're the best at this thing and this is the thing that I want. And that's great. I think that that's really true, that the more niche you are, the better fit those clients you find end up being. But in 2020, when there's no wedding, specialization is suddenly a really scary thing, unless you're specializing in elopements, right? So luckily, we had already kind of been pursuing a variety of avenues for income, right? And so we had kind of diversified our business. We were doing a little bit of editorial work, a little bit of commercial work. We have our own print shop where we do print sales. We have gear reviews on YouTube. We write for a few different blogs. And that diversification really saved us when the pandemic hit. We lost weddings, which is our biggest income source, but we had other income sources that we were able to then focus on and build and cultivate those. And so much as I think specialization is important in branding, I also think that we do it a disservice when we don't talk about the importance of diversification. The reality is being self-employed is scary, especially being a wedding photographer where most of your work happens during one season of the year. Every new year starts off really stressful for me if we don't have enough work booked for the coming year, because I'm really nervous. Are we going to make enough money to make all of our bills? Are we going to reach our goals? And even if it always ends up working out, even if it always works out, even in 2020, it still is really scary. And so the more income streams that you can have as a photographer, the less stress you have in your life as an entrepreneur. I know that was a lot of information. I just wanted to bring us back to talking about wedding photography today, and specifically, open the curtains a little bit on what's been going on with our business and our wedding work or lack thereof. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next couple of weeks. We'll talk about marketing and growing your business and any other wedding photography tips or tricks that you guys are looking for. Just let me know in the comments below. Thanks for being here. See you soon.